Hello, everybody. How we doing today? Start off with some kitty treats here. Hello, Janine. You just open your mouth, expect me to drop it in, don't you? Or you knock it out of my hand. Good morning, Kimberly. Hello, La Caleros. How's my mom doing? Actually, she sent a text here. I didn't read it ahead of time. I probably should do that, huh? Let's see what's going on here. She says her ankle's doing better. They're waiting for fall. She's having a little problem standing on one leg. Her balance isn't so good, even on two legs. She's having doing some good PT, which she's working hard, and hopefully she'll be healed soon. At least that's what the doctor says. They say it won't really be healed until mid-October, which I guess that's about right. That's usually how long it takes a broken bone to heal completely. She's hoping her ankle listened to the doctor. So yeah, there she's going. She's doing all right. She's still in PT, um, doing her thing. I just realized I didn't open the window. I'm a little bit more red on camera than usual. I usually have the two windows on either side of the fireplace open. That makes a little bit more natural light. Let's open that up. Hang on a second. Take advantage of the natural light when I can here. Okay, yeah, I think that's a little bit better. Yeah, Bite's always getting fed. Hi, Sarah. Red Baron pizza. I don't know if I've ever tried that. I've seen it, but I don't think I've ever tried it. Hello, Yvonne. No, the UFO Museum, Jordan and I visited that when we drove to Texas the first time when we went through Roswell, New Mexico. Yeah, see, it look a little bit more natural here, not quite so ugly. Spicy sauce, you got me there. That's one way to get my attention. Really good price too. I like good price on pizza. $3 for pizza, that's actually pretty reasonable. I mean, unless we're talking like a little mini pizza or something like that, then that's maybe. Yeah, I've been to a couple of the Ripley's museums. There was one in LA I visited with Jordan back before he was vlogging, And I also visited one. Where else? There was another one I visited once with my dad. I don't remember where it was though. Oh, there's Rhonda. Gonna have Rhonda help carry the load of the live stream today. Help me, Rhonda. Got too involved in sad vlogs. I try not to do sad vlogs. I don't know. I guess every once in a while there's one. No, no, that's actually the plane ticket that I was on September 11th when the attacks occurred. I was at the airport getting ready to go visit go to my grandmother's funeral, and I watched the terrorist attacks live on TV right before I got on the plane. Yeah, that was a little disconcerting. Tim Hortons has three new flavors of ice cream. It's a popular coffee and donut shop in Canada. Okay, I'm not a coffee drinker, so that's not that big of a draw to me. I don't think I've ever even been in a Starbucks. Yeah, I was supposed to too. I got on the plane and we were just about to get pushed away from the gate when the FAA shut everything down. Never made it to my grandmother's funeral. Make a wish trip. Okay. Wow. Wow. It's just sitting there meowing at me. I try not to think too much about Biden. I like the shirt. Thank you. Well, I'm glad you made it this time. I think we got a little bit of a drop in temperature to coming too. We're supposed to have a cold front come through on Tuesday, and we're going to get the temperature down into the 80s, which is going to be really nice. No, I'm still waiting on the job. There's more coming. There's more information, but and it's pretty certain now that it's going to happen, but it hasn't happened yet. 55 last night. That's okay. That's getting into fall weather. Yeah, like I said, we got a first chance of rain like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday this week, and temperature today is supposed to be for the first time under 100 degrees in quite some time. Let's see what it is. I can tell what it is right now here. Actually, it says it's 85 right now, and that's probably pretty close. but we aren't even to the middle of the day yet. But they're saying maybe not going to hit 100. See, I disagree with you there, Roberta. I think Trump was a great president. The media just hated him, and they made America hate him. Yeah, I'm going to do my Halloween thing outside again this year. That was so popular last year that definitely want to do it. In fact, I was noticing one of the stores that usually has one of these pop up Halloween stores every year is looks like they're already getting ready for Halloween. So I might have to go visit that place. Is it any worse than the way Biden treats women? Voted for Justin, huh? I don't know about that. I'm just for what's best for America. And I don't think there's any doubt that America was in better shape under Trump than under Biden. No, my garden isn't doing much this year. I don't know the whole Brussels sprouts and broccoli. I don't think that's going to come of anything. Yeah, see, I don't want to talk politics. Have the water in the freezer a little longer, so I got a little thicker chunk of ice on there. Now the jalapeno plants are doing all right, but they haven't produced a whole lot yet this year. But they didn't produce a whole lot last year until the end of the season. I did. I really well, I planted when I thought I should plant, and I don't know. Like I said, the pepper plants are doing really well. They aren't producing yet. They're nice and big and they're healthy. I can't say that about the Brussels sprouts or the broccoli. I've never been a cantaloupe fan, so that's just one of those things that you're never going to catch me growing cantaloupe. I like watermelons, but not really a cantaloupe fan. I would definitely eat fruit platters more often, except for the fact that it's like 90% cantaloupe and honeydew, and I'm not really into either of them. I like just about all other fruits, though. Pineapple's awesome. I love pineapple. You're allergic to pineapple. Oh, that's a drag. Yeah, I love pineapple. There's Bite. Bite's back now. Decided to come out and visit. Oh, Rhonda's going on strike. All right, there you go. I'm afraid to say that isn't a new development, Bill. Bite's been huge for a long time. Probably because too many of these things, right? Come on, I know you smell them. You have crazy cats today. Yeah, I got this guy trying to reach his paw in there so you can grab him. He knows he'll get his head stuck in there if he tries to reach in because he's such a fat head. Yes, you are. You're a fat head. You're not just fat everywhere else. You got a fat head too, don't you? Not even gonna try, huh? You know you're fat and lazy when you wait for someone to put it in your mouth. Next thing you know, you're gonna ask me to chew it for you too, aren't you? Yeah. I haven't decided the theme song yet. The votes are in. It's just a matter of people, choosing which one they want. We're gonna narrow it down to four with the vote that's going on. Then we'll narrow it down to two, and then we'll narrow it down to one. So we'll see how it pops out. Someone knocked over a bag of cat food last night, and you found a dynamic two asleep in the bag. Yeah, I can't keep bags of cat food in the house because the cats will eat their way through the bag, and there'll be just a hole in the bag where they're eating out of it. Flash is doing well. I mean, I don't see her that much during the week, but I did see her last night. She was just kind of sleeping in the yard. There's this one little area next to the between the composting heap and the trailer, and she likes to push into that corner. And that's where she slept last night. We made record shelves with 5/8 inch birch plywood. It came out good. That's great. Yeah, I guess I didn't really think about that. About what some of the songs sounded like. But since Grease Lightning was a song about fast cars, and it makes sense that maybe somebody would be inspired by that song, write a song that sounds a little like it, and then call it "Get in the Car and Go." Somebody wrote in the comment section on one of the videos, "Get in the car and go to Home Depot." You got a cat meowing at the TV, right? Are they trying to talk to me? Are they trying to tell me something? They're saying they want to see more Bite, right? That's what it is. Yeah, if you're not into any of the selections, then then that's the way that goes. I just kind of pick things that I you know thought might that I could at least live with. I mean, there wasn't anything there that was really great. I'd love to pick some popular song. The problem is the copyright issue. These are songs that I can use that I have to pay royalties for. And that's part of the problem. I don't make enough money where I could, pay reasonable royalties for some of this stuff. So I got to find what I can find that I can use for free. Yeah, they are kind of generic sounding. You're right. Well, I want to change it because it just seems like there's got to be a theme song. The videos themselves aren't going to change. Product placement. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. You're getting into doing shorts on YouTube. Eric Moon has been suggesting I should do that too. Saw a video about an old lady who was yelling at her husband to help her, and the cat was yelling back. It's funny. Oh, speaking of cats, there's a cat walking on the porch right now. Light doesn't see it. A dub app, huh? Yeah, I don't really have to use an app. I've got, actual full blown audio editing tools on the computer. I've thought about doing original works from a viewer, but the concern is if somebody's works hard and submits something and it just isn't for me, then I run the risk of offending somebody. I don't want to do that. You use Tears for Fears on your shorts, huh? I suppose if you're only using a small chunk of something or not monetizing, I don't know what your monetization status is, if you're monetizing your videos or what, but sometimes you can get away with a very short clip of music, um, you know, and even or even get away with longer clips if you're not monetizing, and that's on kind of a band by band basis. I know, for instance, with Guided by Voices, if you use their music, you won't necessarily get a copyright hit, but you'll end up sharing revenue with Bob. And, I like Bob a lot, but I've given him enough of my money. Look exactly like Bite. That's funny. Yeah, I'm sure Jordan would let me use something from Candyland Riots, but I know the whole catalog. I've got everything that he's done. In fact, I've got things probably that he doesn't have. And there's nothing there that I think is feels right for the feels right for the vlog. Yeah, but when my parents were opera stars, there weren't a lot of home recordings at that point. A lot of times, though, with TV ads, they can actually afford the real thing. They can afford to pay the royalties or the license to use it. You're homesick with COVID? Oh no, that's no good. Well, we're glad you're here. We'll try and keep you entertained. No, I don't think I ever saw any sheet music from them. Ice just doesn't want to melt right now. I love it when the water's nice and cold, though. Charlotte's telling me to get my fingers out of the glass, huh? It's my glass, Charlotte. I can put my fingers in them if I want. Yeah, a nice cold glass of orange juice sounds good too. Now, I tend to reject that new technology, Susan. Ice cubes, that's for the kids. I'm really old fashioned. Made an apple dump cake last night and homemade ice cream. I've learned to appreciate homemade ice cream. Haven't finished up the last of the ice cream yet, but we're going to try that. We're going to try some more ice cream pretty soon, I think. Maybe not this week, but maybe next week. I think I want to make homemade Rocky Road. Sounds like that should be pretty easy. There's already a recipe for making chocolate ice cream, so yeah, I know Rocky Road sounds really good. That's one of my favorites. And since it's basically just chocolate ice cream with almonds and marshmallows in it, that shouldn't be too hard to improvise, right? Yeah, I never really knew how much I would enjoy um, homemade ice cream, but I'm having fun with it. Rum raisin, that sounds good too. I thought maybe there was like a rum raisin recipe. Maybe not. Like vanilla and pour in the booze. I wonder though if you poured in the booze, one of the things about alcohol is it doesn't tend to freeze at the same rate that water does. I know I keep vodka and tequila in the freezer, so it's always cold. It doesn't freeze; it just gets really cold because it has a lower freezing temperature than water does. And I wonder if that would, pouring that into the ice cream would affect the mixing of the ice cream. I don't know. I am thinking about doing mint chocolate chip too, because I love mint chocolate chip ice cream. Sounds like a worthy research study, huh? Okay, Rhonda's saying no because vanilla is vodka with vanilla beans in it. The thing is, though, with the vanilla that I used in the vanilla ice cream, I only used like a teaspoon or two of vanilla extract. So, you'd have to have more rum in the ice cream to make I don't know, maybe it just has the flavor of the rum without the actual alcohol content. Maybe that's the difference. Rhonda makes her own vanilla, huh? Okay, there you go. I didn't know that. Make raisin vanilla ice cream and pour the booze on top of it and set it on fire. Yeah, set my house on fire. Probably be more like it. Flaming rum raisin. Woohoo! Yeah, that's true. You flooded your kitchen. Why did you do that? That doesn't make any sense. Think of the ratings I get at the fire department. I just show, ain't that the truth? The seal in the dishwasher broke. Yeah, that'll do it. Did I ever tell you about the time I had the fire department show up at my house on Halloween night? No, that was just a setup. I'm not going to tell that story. No, just kidding. I have tiki torches, and I put the tiki torches in the front yard, and it kind of lights up the front yard a little bit. I thought it made kind of a chilling kind of look because I had a haunted house in the backyard, and I guess I guess the neighbor thought the tiki torch that was 3 feet from her house was too close to her house, and it was going to set the house on fire. And so first thing the police show up, and when I do Halloween, I kind of have kind of a scary, uh, exhibit. And so I didn't, I hang out in the backyard. I don't wait in the house. And, and because everybody gets candy, even if they're too afraid to come into the backyard. And, I saw the cop pull up in the front yard. He got out of the car and looked at the tiki torches. I saw he just shook his head. And so I walked out to him and asked, "Hey, what's going on?" I said, "Oh, your neighbor called called the police, called us because they say that the tiki torch is gonna burn down their house. And I mean, it's like three. The flame on the tiki torch is like 4 or 5 inches tall, and it was like 2 feet from her house. So there was no way that was going to happen. And but I wanted to kind of be the peacemaker. So I said, okay, so if I blow that one out, we're okay. And he says, I don't know, I'm going to go ask. And then he came back a little later, and I guess the neighbor wasn't appeased by me blowing out the one. So all of a sudden, she escalated the issue and said, "Oh well, some kid might fall into the tiki torch and burn themselves." The tiki torch was 6 feet tall. It was embedded in the ground. It wasn't going to happen. But the cop at this point was already, just disgusted about what was going on. I said, "You know what? In the name of peace, I'll just put it out. Put them all out. We'll move them in the backyard." And about 2 minutes later, the fire department shows up, and of course, everybody in the neighborhood saw that. And so after the fire department and the police left, all the neighbors came out. They wanted to know what happened. Of course, the neighbor ended up looking like the idiot they were. Yeah, you'd think they would talk to me before calling the police and the fire department, but I think even she knew how crazy she was. Yes, you are correct. Tall fences make for good neighbors. That's kind of funny. I hear about YouTube mom. No, what's I don't even know what YouTube mom is. Logan yelled, "You leave my daddy alone, dude." That's funny. Yeah, I guess I didn't hear that one. Yeah, no, I still don't think I ever heard that one, but I gotta admit, I don't watch a lot of YouTube. I kind of do my own thing and that's it. I guess that's the great thing about criminals. They're so stupid that they videotape and post their own crimes. I guess we got to be glad that they're doing that. It makes them a lot easier. Uh, Makes it a lot easier to catch them. You put the short on the Facebook page about the cat. Okay, we'll check that out later. Am I going to the Barbie movie? No, absolutely not. Yeah, Susan Rhonda's watched it a bunch of times. She was a influencer, did childcare videos, and she videotaped herself abusing kids. Yeah, I probably won't buy the DVD either, Rhonda. Oh, she wasn't videoing. Okay, well, that's still stupid. I would drop out of that class if I had to go watch the movie. Yeah, I've never tried to use the word influencer either. I don't influence anybody. Oh, you know what Andy Warhol said, Yvonne? No, not even a little, Kimberly. Her name is Ruby Frankie. Huh? Yep, 15 minutes of fame. I don't know. I like Danny Masterson, but if he did what he is accused of, then there needs to be consequences. Now, I don't know. I don't really know at this point how much trust I have in our legal system anymore. Because I mean, they prosecute people because they don't like people, and there's people that are on the jury these days that won't judge somebody based on the facts of the case, but just because they don't like the person or because they do like the person. And so I don't know. I have really serious doubts about anything that comes out of the legal system these days. Never saw the Oppenheimer movie either. I heard it wasn't very good. Yeah, well, like I said, I haven't really followed the case that much, but I don't know. I liked him on that '70s show. I thought he was great on that. And I think the Church of Scientology, if they had proof and knew all along and were helping to cover it up, then there's got to be legal consequences there too. Yeah, I kind of see what you say there too, Yvonne. I didn't have a really good experience with the pods. I mean, they got the stuff there, but they screwed up a number of times, and I was disappointed. They promised that they were going to have, my stuff, in Waco the day I moved in, and it was like a week or 10 days later, and then they refused to take any responsibility for it, and so I don't know. U-Haul, I've never done U-Haul on a long haul type thing. Um, I know there's several competitors right now to pods. I haven't tried any of those. Like I said, my only experience moving a long distance was, moving here to Waco, and my experience with pods was, I don't know, less than satisfying. So I don't know. I mean, I can't, in terms of pods, I got all the stuff there in good shape. It did eventually get there. It's really pricey. And in the end, I think the pods people kind of, screwed themselves over because my plans were to, you know, put all the stuff that I needed in one of the pods, have that at the apartment, move it into the apartment, and they were going to hold on to the other two pods of stuff until I moved into the house. And they would have made probably $500 a month storing those pods for me, which they lost because when they made me mad, I moved all my stuff into a couple of storage bins and saved a lot of money doing that. So in the end, I think they lost more than they would have lost if they just took responsibility for their mistake. All I wanted them to do was to reimburse me for the fact that they were like 10 days late. They wanted to give me like $10 a day or something. It's like, no, that's not going to cut it. I did use U-Haul trucks to move all my stuff from the pods back here to Waco because you remember the pods were stored in a place in Temple, which is about 30 miles from here. So I rented U-Haul trucks about 6 times, drove to Temple, filled up the truck, came back, filled up the storage unit, and that was over a period of probably 2 months. I did that. Never any problems with the U-Haul trucks. So have I seen the Equalizer? No, I haven't. I haven't seen a movie in a long time, especially not in the theater. Usually, if it's something I'm interested in, I'll wait until it comes out on DVD and watch it here. Is Bite staring at me? No. He he heard his name. He turned his head my way, but he wasn't even looking at me until a second ago. Never had any problems with the U-Hauls though that I use, but like I said, I wasn't going long distances either. And who knows? It might be certain places are more rickety than others. Yes, you never saw any of that. Mirrors held on by zip ties. There's a number of shipping companies out there. California to Arizona shouldn't be that big of a as much of a trip. Not like going from LA to Waco. Yeah, I never had any problems like with that either. Trucks seem to be pretty good shape here. Yeah, that was definitely part of it, Susan. There's and the flight out of California is even worse now. Yeah, Penske is another moving company. Ryder, I come to think of. There's a whole bunch of them. Then there's a bunch of little local companies. Ugh. Hey, buddy. What was the best book I ever read when I was in high school? I don't know. I was a huge Stephen King fan at that time. So it was probably during that period. I don't remember which one I was reading in high school, though. It's funny, the first Stephen King book I ever had was one I actually found. I was walking home from school one day and there was a copy of Carrie sitting on the sidewalk, and I grabbed it and I brought it home and read it. It's like, oh, this is pretty good. Yeah, there's a suggestion. Just sell everything you have and start over. Was King required reading? It was for me. I was a huge Stephen King fan for a long time. I kind of got out of reading fiction though. The book was better than the movie, but that's the case in just about everything Stephen King writes. It's really hard to take a Stephen King story and translate it to the screen. There are a few exceptions, I think, where it worked. I think Green Mile was a great King adaptation. Shawshank Redemption too. To ever figure out the total moving cost? Not, I could probably figure it out. It was probably, in terms of storage and moving, it was probably about $10,000. We didn't really have to have a lot of required reading. I think the only required reading, I took a science fiction class, and so we read some science fiction. I think that was when I read Fahrenheit 451 for the first time. Martian Chronicles. I actually have a copy of Martian Chronicles autographed by Ray Bradbury. We were reading the Martian Chronicles in class, and I guess Ray Bradbury was going to be at a local library signing autographs, and so the teacher said, "You know what? We've issued you these Martian Chronicle books. If you get the book autographed and replace the book, you can have the one that you had autographed." Yeah, there's Mom again here. Hello again. You're on the air.
Hello.
Good morning.
What's going on down there?
Oh, we're just talking about books, Stephen King and Ray Bradbury and stuff like that.
Dad liked Ray Bradbury. I read a few of his.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stephen King. It's like Stephen King is too scary.
Well, he does some kind of mainstream stuff too. A lot of people don't. We were just talking about this a little bit ago. I know you guys saw a movie called The Green Mile.
The Green what?
The Green Mile.
Oh, yeah. I saw that movie. I didn't like it too much.
Oh, I think that's a fantastic movie.
Well, yeah.
And that's Stephen King. Did you ever see?
Yeah.
You ever see The Shawshank Redemption?
No.
Okay, that's another Stephen King one.
I like historical fiction and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Right now I'm reading about Auschwitz, and I'm not sure that's.
Yeah, that might be a little on the dark side too.
Yeah. Well, in there, that was a pretty dark time in our life.
Yes, it was.
Not in our life, and different people's lives.
Yeah.
Yeah. So your weather's hot and dry down there, I hear.
Yeah, but we've supposedly got a cold front, maybe some rain coming in. We're supposed to be into the mid 80s by the middle of the week, so we're looking forward to that.
You'll be getting out your woolies and your sweats.
Well, maybe not quite that far yet, but it'll be nice. It'll be nice to be able to walk from the house to the car and not be dripping sweat by the time I get there.
Yeah, that's true. So how's all the viewers this morning?
Oh, I think everyone seems to be doing all right. Rhonda's here, so we're, she's carrying her part of the conversation for us.
Yeah. Hi, Rhonda.
And I guess the girls are there too. I've heard some comments from them.
They like your cat.
Yeah. Bite ran away when the phone rang, so. Okay, Charlotte and Logan say they love you, Nana.
I love you too, ladies. Nice. What's your mommy doing for you today?
I'll have to wait for the answer here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nana, Rhonda says they have 6 cats now.
Oh, they have 6 cats?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You better get some more, Brick.
Yeah, no thanks. So Gene wants to know how your ankle's doing.
My ankle is actually doing pretty well until they make me do PT on it. Then it gets it's okay. It's not as swollen as it was, and it's healing.
Okay.
So it's definitely not any worse.
Well, that's good.
It's going to take a while. I go to the doctor on the 20th, and my physical therapist said that'll be the first time that they'll probably do an X-ray.
Okay.
And they can see, and then they can see how the healing is going in there.
Okay.
Because it's supposed to take 6 to 8 weeks to heal completely.
Right.
So it's just kind of a waiting process, and we'll see. We'll see if the doctor says after he's taken X-rays and stuff, then he'll be, because they don't do the X-rays up here. You got to go to the doctor, to get that. So
right.
Anyway, somehow, I feel when physical therapists are so involved, I think, oh well, they're kind of the show.
Yeah, right.
They can kind of no. They said the doctor has to do that, so there's still somebody up above them.
Yeah, right.
So anyway, so what's everybody doing today?
Okay, well, Rhonda responded. I guess they're going shopping later.
Oh, fun.
She,
I love
she also
talking.
said she also says that Jessica hates PT too.
Yeah. Thank you, Jessica. I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Yeah. I don't know if Jessica's there today. I think Ron was just speaking on her behalf.
Oh, maybe that's true. We're supposed to only have PT 5 days a week, and I heard one of the physical therapists up here this morning, and I said, no, Victor, don't come down here. I don't want to have it today. Enough is enough.
Yeah.
I want to sleep in and just lay back in bed and read my books. And
Yeah.
Just not doing a whole lot. But your sister's coming over this afternoon, so I suppose I'm going to have to at least look presentable.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm not there yet, but she won't. She'll probably get here about 4 this afternoon.
Yeah. Well, that's Brenda for you.
That's your sister. That's right. That's the way she is. But everything over there is fine.
Uh-huh.
Megan is still with Quinn, I guess. So that's interesting. But he's in Napa about half the week. So because that's where his station is with Cal Fire. So he's up there part of the time. So then she has time to study, but she's got a lot of studying to do. So she's a pretty darn good student. So
Yeah.
she's doing what she does best. So anyway, and Thomas, he's doing his thing. He's out bike riding the other day, and
he does a lot of that.
Brenda's got way too much stuff to do, but that's her.
Yeah, well, that's because she doesn't know to say no.
That's exactly right. Yep, she doesn't, and she likes all this stuff. So it's like she likes it all until she doesn't have time to do it.
Yeah.
So then she's complaining about how tired she is. Well, that's the way it is. And Sean is out fighting fire. The fire season is there's brush fires around here. So okay, that's where his job is.
Yeah, well, he chose that job, so I guess he likes doing it.
Yeah, he does. He likes it a lot. We had a few drops of rain the other day, but it's still really hot and nasty outside.
Yeah. Well, like I said, we supposedly have like a cold front coming through here, so we're hoping to get some rain.
Okay. And when it rains in Texas, it rains.
Yeah. Well, we got a couple days this coming week here that we're maybe going to get some. I hope we do.
Oh, I do too. The whole United States needs rain.
Yeah.
It's just dry. But all the stuff there's so much bad news about weather and everything,
right.
and that what was it in Morocco?
Oh yeah, that earthquake. Yeah, I know. I heard about that.
That
was a big one.
1,000 people.
Oh, I heard 2,000.
Well,
and I mean, this is one of these things. Let's see, when did it happen? It happened I remember hearing about it yesterday, I think. So it happened in the last 24 or 36 hours.
Yeah. I see that a couple days ago, maybe.
Yeah. Let's see. I looked it up on the earthquake map today. Let's see if I can find it right now.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't have it on that. Maybe it's on the phone here. Let's see. We'll find it here. Earthquake. There we go. Oh, come on. Oh, when you whisper on the phone, we can hear you.
What?
But when you whisper that you're not going to ask me something on the phone, we can still hear you.
Yeah. Oh, I know it. It's better phone service than it used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. Trying to see if I can find the actual big one here. 3.8.
The strength of it was what, 7 or
6.8, I think I heard.
6.8, yeah. No. But they kill that many people.
Yeah, well. Let's see here. Still looking for it. There's a bunch of earthquakes in the area.
Oh, you mean around there?
Yeah.
I suppose they're having aftershocks and stuff.
Yeah. Can't find the specific one. I'm going to move to another app here. Hang on. Because I was able to find it on what I was on my normal thing here. Everything's got to go with an ad before they'll show you what you want to see here.
Yeah, well, that's the problem too. At least when you have advertisements on yours, it says you can press to get rid of it or something.
Yeah, right.
Thank goodness. Excuse me.
Yeah, this thing's just working really slow today here. While it's loading here, let's see what people are saying. John's saying, well, imagine what would happen in San Francisco if they had a 6.8 earthquake. They had like an 8.4 like 100 years ago in San Francisco.
Yeah, that was
almost
the San Francisco one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, that Northridge one was decent too.
That was a pretty good one. Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
and your dad was almost on the bridge that collapsed.
Yeah. Okay, now we're close here. This would be so much easier if I just had another computer next to me here. Okay, there. Okay, 6.8 earthquake happened on the 8th at 5:11 Texas time. So happened about a day and a half ago.
And then there's been aftershocks. Of course, that's pretty normal.
Well, I'm actually looking. There's only 2 aftershocks that are showing up
really?
here.
Okay.
They're not really that big. Let's see.
Is Morocco a pretty big country? I don't think of it as.
Yeah, I mean it's on the kind of northwestern tip of Africa.
Okay. But I mean, 2,000 people would take a lot of the population of a few countries.
Yeah, yeah. It looks like it's probably about 1,000 miles long and maybe about 300-400 miles wide.
Wow.
But a lot of the problem isn't necessarily that it was such a powerful earthquake. A 6.8 is a decent sized earthquake, but
yes,
the problem is they don't have a lot of earthquakes there, so they don't build for earthquake activity. And so, a lot of these buildings are made out of stone and they just came down.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen. And they're not smart enough to do earthquake proof stuff until a few have happened.
Yeah.
They don't do any foreplanning, that's for sure.
Yeah, John's talking about Loma Prieta. That was a pretty significant earthquake too. A lot of the interesting thing about Loma Prieta is that the epicenter of that one was like 50 miles south of San Francisco. But what ended up happening is since so much of the Bay Area around San Francisco is built on reclaimed ground. They extended out into the bay there, that liquefaction was the issue, and everything just collapsed, and that was what caused all the problems in Loma Prieta. Loma Prieta is that one that happened during the middle of the World Series. You remember that?
Oh yes. Oh yeah. Oh man, that was bad, and still it kind of depends on just if it's way deep in the earth. That doesn't. That's not quite so bad, and if it's rolling instead of sharp, that's different too.
Well, and rolling versus sharp, that's just an indication how far you are from the epicenter.
Well, I suppose, yeah.
Because the sharper the earthquake is, the closer you are. And a deeper earthquake, it depends on the type of earthquake too, because the strongest earthquake the strongest earthquake types come from deep in the earth.
Oh, okay.
When you hear about the big ones that happen in Japan, that often comes 20, 30, 40 miles underground.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting how all that stuff works, but some of them, they come and they're rolling, and there's kind of noise with them.
Uh-huh.
That's what's scary, because you it's coming before you even you feel it, because there's kind of a roar that kind of goes with it.
Yeah.
All the plates are resettling under there.
Yep, and that's going to continue to happen for millions of years.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Well, I'm going to let you get back to your group, and hope everybody has a nice Sunday and a good week.
All right. Well, we're glad you called.
I'll talk to you later today.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
Love everybody. Bye-bye.
All right, there you go. All right, so that killed a little time. All right, let's see. Rhonda's dad was a baseball fan, felt bad for the people on the bridge. Yeah, I know. Imagine having the bridge collapse in front of you. Yeah, I was far enough away from San Andreas and still felt a few of them. Now, where I lived in California was right next to the Newport Inglewood Falls. And so, or no, I'm sorry, I was near the Elsinore Falls. And so we felt little earthquakes on that. But those rarely rose above like 3 on the Richter scale. Yeah, that's one of the other reasons I left California. I was tired of I was tired of the earthquakes. Oh, okay. That was a question, Ron. I'm sorry. No, my dad didn't really watch baseball that much. He wasn't a huge sports fan. He watched football from time to time, and my mom got into basketball, and I think she still watches basketball. Yeah, I'm glad there's no earthquakes in this part of Texas. I guess occasionally they get some on they have some on the west side of the state. Yeah, I'm watching that, Rhonda. I remember Mount St. Helens too. Yeah, I live close enough to Mount St. Helens that there was ash dropping in California. I mean, I've showed you that. I've showed you that little piece of or that little vial thing I have of the ash from Mount St. Helens, right? I've shown you that. Here, I'll go get that and show you that because that's kind of cool. Yeah, that's a little vial I have there that's got some ash from Mount St. Helens on it. You can see it says Mount St. Helens, USA, May 18th, 1980. I guess that's when it was, huh? So yeah, that's kind of cool. Turn it on its side so you can actually see it a little bit there. But yeah, that's ash from Mount St. Helens right there. My parents were always really cool about bringing me back really kind of fun things. I think that's, they knew I was somewhat into geology. So, an idea of having some ash from Mount St. Helens, they knew I'd get a kick out of that, and I do. All right. Yeah, you found me through Jordan. That's good. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the people here found me through Jordan. Jordan's been my biggest supporter, and he's a great friend. This channel wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for him. So, and he's constantly giving me advice on how to make the channel better and stuff like that. And I mean, I'd be stupid not to at least consider what he says because he's given me good advice over the years. Yeah, maybe it was just from somebody's fireplace. No, my parents actually went and visited someplace around Mount St. Helens, and I got this from a legitimate source. So, you know, it does look like volcanic ash. It doesn't look like the kind of stuff you get from somebody's fireplace. No, you don't want these glasses. Yeah, yeah. Jordan's a great YouTuber. Wouldn't surprise me they call it Helenite. I think Mount Lassen is in California, or is it in like Washington or Oregon? I know it's kind of along the whole Rocky Mountains ridge there. But I think it's in California. Well, the worst current volcano in known U.S. history. Yeah, I figured somebody would look that up. That's the advantage of having a live stream with 30 whole people in here. Somebody will eventually, if you ask a question, they'll look it up and find out for you. Yeah, there was ash falling in where I live too. Yeah, in 1980, I guess I was probably about 16 also. I don't know if Mount Shasta is an active volcano. I guess we can figure it out. Is Mount Shasta an active volcano?
Shasta is an active volcano that has erupted at least once per 800 years for the past 10,000 years, with an increased eruption frequency of about once per 250 years over the past 750 years. The region around Mount Shasta is susceptible to lava and pyroclastic flows, lahars, avalanches, and earthquakes.
There you go. There's the answer. Gotta love Google. Yeah, it's probably the same voice. Not yours. It's an Aussie man. Okay, that's funny. I suppose you can change the voice. Yeah, the whole area in the Rocky Mountains is beautiful. Logan's birthday is on the 15th. All right. How old is she going to be? 5. All right. Happy birthday, Logan. 5 days from now. Big 5. Big 05. Halfway to 10. Okay, losing Jean again. We usually lose her about this time when she has to go to church. So have a good church, Jean. Thanks for stopping in. Always good to talk to you. And Jessica's on the 26th. All right. Got all these birthdays coming up here. You're gonna be broke, yeah. That's crazy. Your anniversary is on the 16th too. Holy cow. Maybe it's not the best time to be going on strike, just saying. What are you getting for your anniversary besides a large credit card bill? You're getting the dynamic duo fixed. That'll probably help. It's wait and see on terms of the promotion. I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. I'm more sure now than even I was last week. So yeah, I don't really believe in credit cards either. I got myself in so much debt when I was younger that when I finally paid it off, I cut up the cards and I don't buy anything now that I don't need. Now I might consider getting one now just to deal with like some emergency expense that pops up because that happens every once in a while. Now, my mom doesn't watch anything else on YouTube except my stuff and her church services. She and my dad used to go to a church in Lakewood, California, and she still watches their church services. Got a lot of friends down there. But yeah, it's that and my vlog, and that's it. Yeah, yeah, I got a card very similar to that. I use that for most of my expenses. Yeah, I agree with you, Gene. I believe that wholeheartedly. The only thing I have any debt on right now is the car payment. It's nice having the house paid off. It's nice not having any credit card debt. It's just a good feeling. Like I said, I probably should consider getting a credit card just for emergencies. I think I'm more uh, mature now that I could probably handle the responsibility of having one without, just going out and buying everything I need and cranking up the debt. And if you are going to have one, whenever possible, John's right. You ought to pay them off each month. That is a very smart thing to do. I know the credit card companies don't like it when you do that. They'd rather that you build up a huge debt and pay interest on it. But a glass of water I'm drinking from closer to me here. Yeah, I don't know if I'd like a per charge fee applied to everything I buy. I like it much better. Like I said, I don't even have a credit card right now. Actually, I guess technically I have a Lowe's card, but I'm never going to spend anything at them again. I paid that off as quick as I could, and I'm done with Lowe's. Like the Holocaust, never again. I don't know. I haven't decided yet what's for dinner. Um, I may end up doing a cooking vlog. Um, haven't done one of those for a while. Last couple times I've done something in the kitchen. It's been ice cream. I haven't actually done a meal kind of thing for a while. So why don't I like Lowe's? Lowe's ripped me off a couple of about almost 2 years ago now. I wanted to get kitchen cabinets from them, and they promised them in December. They never arrived, and I canceled the order in February because they still hadn't arrived, and they couldn't tell me when they were going to arrive, and they tried to dock me for restocking fees for something they never delivered. So yeah, Lowe's blows is one of the old sayings here. No, I actually didn't cut up the card. I still have the card, but I'm never going to use it again. I'll never set foot in a Lowe's again. That's three strikes with me. Strike one was when I first moved into the house. I tried to buy uh, let's say I bought my washer and dryer, and I bought a barbecue from them, and they had the thing right there in stock, but it was going to take them like 2 weeks to deliver it. And so I ended up going and renting a U-Haul truck and picking it up myself. Strike two was when I bought a lawnmower from them. They had a delivery date of like 7 days out, and they were blaming COVID. Well, this was a year after COVID, and they were still using that as an excuse. And but I decided to go with it that time because I really liked the lawnmower that they had. And 7 days came and went. They never delivered it. They forgot. And rather than make it right, they put me back on the bottom of the list. I had to wait another 7 days. So I canceled that order. And at that point, I was to the point where I was never going to go to Lowe's again. I decided to try them with the kitchen cabinets. And then that happened. That's three strikes. We're done. Yeah, Jordan loves Lowe's and can't stand Home Depot. So I don't know. I've never had a bad experience at Home Depot. The closest thing I had to a bad experience was when I tried to buy a trailer a year and a half ago. Um, the price that they had in front of the trailer at the store was what I thought I was going to get, and it was actually like $400 more. But they had a good excuse, and they tried their best to fix it. And you know what? Their excuse made sense. The thing was out. The lawnmowers were, or the trailers were outside, and they had these like signs that were just sitting in front of them. Well, the signs could be moved, and it was really windy, and the wind probably moved it from one place to another, and I misread the signs. So that was on me, and they tried their best to help, but actually, I mean, both Home Depot and Lowe's are relatively close to me. They're about the same distance. Um, and I like the Lowe's store. It's just, I don't like getting ripped off. Yeah, I'll go visit Jordan. Right now, things are really chaotic with the possible promotion coming up and stuff like that. So I do want to go visit him, though. I want to see his place. Well, see, that was sort of what it was with me. When I lived in California, there were four Home Depots that were closer to me than the nearest Lowe's. So I just got in the habit of going to Home Depot, but I didn't have any problem with Lowe's. And in fact, I like Lowe's. Lowe's has some great stuff. In fact, they have kind of more artsy fartsy stuff. And so, there were times where I went to Lowe's over Home Depot because that was sort of the direction I wanted to go. But like I said, I tend to take it personally when you rip me off, making me pay $3,000 because you couldn't deliver something. I kind of tend to take a harsh view of that. Yeah, it might be fun to go travel with Jordan, but I actually want to see his house. I did think about suing Lowe's, but what's the likelihood I'm going to win that? It's me versus some big behemoth that has millions of dollars to waste. I'm also not a lawsuit kind of person. Hey, Tracy, what about the cats? Well, there's one right there. I haven't seen Nibble out here today. I mean, I know she's okay. Saw her this morning. Yeah, it's my buddy. My big fat buddy. What about the brush? You like the brush? Oh, Logan will come take care of the cats. Yeah, that's cool. Or we'll just ship them up to Canada and add to your menagerie. You got six cats. What's two more? Well, if we went on a road trip with Jordan, it wouldn't. It probably would be somewhere else. Is there an update on my mom? Yeah, she's still in the physical therapist place, but she's doing better. She called in a little bit ago. She was on the phone for about 15 minutes at about the 1 hour mark. She's doing well. She's doing physical therapy 5 days a week. I guess at this point she's kind of enjoying that. But they want to get her out of bed and get going. Get her back on her feet again. Oh, come on! You know you'd love another set of cats. I mean, what's two more? I You had 19 cats at one time? Wow. Most I've ever had it at one time was 3. It was when these 2 were babies, and I still had the other cat who coincidentally was named Cat. Made it easy to remember. I don't know why everyone wants to know. I understand his reason for not wanting everyone to know. So, yeah, I can imagine. You probably go through an enormous amount of cat food and cat litter every week, don't you? I saw something moving out of the corner of my eye. I thought maybe Nibble was making her appearance. Yeah, maybe. But at this point, his vlogs are mostly everywhere. So a lot of the stuff he was when he was in California was a lot of his vlogs were in and around the area he lived. Now that he's got a little bit more independence because of the success of his channel, that just means he can travel more. He doesn't really seem to do a whole lot of stuff at home. I think when he's home, that's kind of his private time. And so I don't blame him for wanting to keep it quiet. So Rhonda's still not on the bicycle yet, or on the motorcycle yet. Yeah, as long as Jordan keeps turning out great vlogs, that's all that matters. And I don't see any reason to believe he's going to stop doing that. He loves doing it too much. Every once in a while, I get a message from him. Oh yeah, I'm here doing this. I think I see nibble out of the corner of my eye, but I think it's just my glasses playing tricks on me. Yeah, that's sad about puppies. I'm just really happy that Jordan finally found something that he can do, that he loves doing, and that he's successful at. I'm so happy for his success. And he's been a natural performer as long as I've known him. So to find some way that he can be an entertainer and that he loves doing and he's successful at, that's great, because I watched him for years and years and years struggle to just get by. so much happier now than I've ever seen him in his life. So I'm very happy for his success. He deserves it. He's worked hard for it. Well, Jordan's a big boy. He'll have to take care of himself. Hopefully, since there's a significant other in his life now, that will maybe encourage some changes to his health. I know he can do it because he did it once. I've always known him to be kind of a large person, and for a couple of years, he dropped, I don't know, probably 100, 130 pounds. I haven't watched Adam in a while, so I haven't really seen him recently. I don't know if there's any health issues at all. He could afford to lose a few pounds. Heck, I could afford to lose a few pounds. I'm sure most of us could. You were told to gain 20. Yeah, Jordan lost an enormous amount of weight around the time he was doing that, when he did that Christmas movie. He had lost a lot of weight and he looked fantastic. It can be done. He was eating really healthy. He was like juicing and stuff like that. He had a juice maker, and he was drinking most of his meals. Yeah, Katie seems to be a good influence on him. I'd like to meet her too someday. Yeah, I think Jordan is very happy right now. He's got a job he loves to do. He's got a nice house, nice girlfriend. What more could he ask, right? Jordan was always really positive up and upbeat in his videos. I think that's why a lot of people like him. And he really, that is, that's who he is too. I mean, he's like that all the time. Sometimes you hear about people who are one way on camera and another way in real life, but no, the person you see on the vlogs, that's who he is. I don't have any reason to believe he isn't okay. Charlotte loves his girlfriend. Okay, there you go. If that isn't a ringing endorsement, I don't know what is. Yeah, I'm in Waco, and that's as much as I'm going to share on that. Yeah, both of our lives improved when we left California. I'm the new wacko from Waco. Waco has had its share of wackos. Thanks for stopping in, Tracy. Good seeing you. Yeah, we're almost done here too. Here's a loon from Canada. There you go. Yeah, I've been hearing about that in California. That stores are just, they're shuttering because they can't afford to do it. Yeah, and the homeless problem in LA has been going on for a long time, but it's getting worse. It's getting worse all the time. Gotta go change the oil in your car. Yeah, I got to do that from time to time. Oh, looks like Rhonda's checking out here. Gonna have her check in next week from the picket line. Yeah, I've heard all sorts of companies are just backing out of California altogether. New York too, but I don't think it's as bad in New York, at least not yet. Bye, Rhonda. Bye, Charlotte. Bye, Logan. It was fun talking to you. Pancakes with sausage. That sounds good. Can't go wrong with that. Thanks for stopping in, Gene. Have a good day. Yeah, we're going to wrap this one down here pretty quick, too. Oh, yeah, lots of butter. Yum, yum. Yeah, you shared it with us now, Yvonne. You better have enough to take care of all of us. Fortunately, there's only 21 of us, plus me. So, party at Yvonne's house. Wish you could leave Washington State. Yeah, that's another one that's kind of going downhill fast. It's a shame. It's such a beautiful place, too. Same with California. But the inmates are in charge of the asylum. Out of here and into the kitchen. All righty then. Yeah, take care, Yvonne. Good seeing you again. See you next week. Am I still using my trailer a lot? I don't use it a lot, but I do use it. I used it last weekend. In fact, that'll be the next video you'll see is of me using it. I finally went and replaced the filter housing for the pool pump, and I used the trailer to haul it home. Actually, I thought the filter housing was going to come in a box, and so I probably could have put it in the car because it didn't come in a box. But I figured I had the trailer, so we'll just put it on the trailer. It's my UFO museum T-shirt. I got that in Roswell, New Mexico, when Jordan and I drove to Texas the first time. Hi, Erwin. How are things in North Carolina? Did you have that hurricane blow through you? I know it was pretty much just a wild storm by the time it went through the Carolinas, but I think it went through North Carolina, didn't it? It's hot, huh? Yeah, yeah. It's hot here too. We're supposed to uh, cool off in a few days, so I hope that happens. Yeah, the hurricane did blow through the area. Was it bad? When probably wasn't too bad by the time it got to you. Hurricanes tend to lose their punch a little bit once they come ashore. Probably gave you some rain, but probably wasn't a lot of wind, right? Yeah, wasn't bad. That's good. Yeah, there were parts of Florida, I guess, that really got pounded. I thought I'd have a problem with the heat in Texas too, but you know, you kind of get used to it. And the fact that I don't have to, work outside in it, that makes a big difference. I'm working in air conditioned comfort all day. I live in air conditioned comfort all day. The only time I really have to experience the heat is when I walk from the car to the house or the car to work or something like that. So it isn't too bad. I just stay in the AC a lot or in the pool. I know, I don't know how the people do it out who work outside all the time. I remember the first couple months I was here, I had that problem with the sewer line and they had to tunnel into the house. You remember that? And I felt so sorry for those guys that are out there chipping through all this limestone under the house to tunnel all the way under the house, but they did it. Mr. Bite is on his feet now here. We're about to end the live stream. Do you have anything to say? No? Bite is always waiting for more treats. I'd say bring some to your sister, but we know you won't do that, will you? You'll eat them instead, and she'll get nothing. Okay, that's enough. So anyway, we put in the 2 hours. We'll pick this up again next week. But for now, I'm going to pull the plug on this one. Had a good time today. Thanks for stopping in, everyone. And we'll see you next time. Hopefully, I'll have some news on the job and hopefully, there'll be some good news. So see you next time. Good night.